All
Hi.
right. Go ahead, Pam.
Okay, you ready for me?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm Pam Kohl and I live in North Carolina, and I am living with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer for 4.5 years. And as part of my treatment and as part of my initial diagnosis, et cetera, I've had lots and lots of nuclear scans. I get scans every 3 months to see how I'm doing on my current treatment. And my whole treatment is dependent on what we find on those scans, whether it's time to change my treatment. When you live with metastatic breast cancer, we know that the treatment will fail at some point, and then we have to go to the next treatment and the next treatment and the next treatment. So these scans are critically important to my length of survival. And so I've been getting these scans for over 4.5 years. And I learned about extravasations, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago now, and I've always had some concern about that. Talked to my medical center. They were not very interested in hearing about that or enabling me to have a way to understand whether I was being extravasated or not. But 3 months ago, I went in for my nuclear scans, and when they started putting in the what I call the juice, I felt something kind of burn, and which is not something I'd experienced before. And I said something to the technician, and she felt around and she said, yeah, I think there may be something, but I'm not sure we're going to finish up with injecting you. When she finished the injection, I said, I really think that something's not right. It looks a little swollen there. I really would like for you to do something to see whether I've gotten the juice, as I call it, throughout my veins, because if not, then this scan isn't going to be accurate. It's either going to not show the how much my tumors have grown. It's not going to light up. It may not show new tumors. These are all really important. So she was willing to go in and check my other arm to see whether the nuclear injection was flowing through that other arm, which it was. So they felt confident that I was getting enough of what I needed to get a good scan. But part of what concerns me, and I know a lot about extravasations, but even somebody like me who knows and who gets these, I sort of was paralyzed by the whole thing and didn't know I was, it's always a day of scanxiety when you go in for these scans anyway. So I didn't force the issue in terms of what were they going to do to mitigate this in terms of the potential danger to the tissue in my arm. I felt relatively comfortable that there was enough of the juice that I was going to get a decent scan, but they did not put a warm compress. They did not massage it. They did not tell me what to look for in case there was any problems tonight. And of course, we know that for some of these extravasations, I may not have symptoms or damage may not happen for a year or months because it takes a while for that to happen. So this is the kind of thing that we need to be able to have technicians understand so that and I go to a well-respected, world-renowned medical center. So the fact that I was there and I clearly had it, because you could see the extravasation also when I went in and asked her to look at my arm, she showed both arms and there was definitely extravasation right near the front of my elbow. You can see it on the scan. And the fact that they basically sort of poo-pooed it and did nothing. There you can see the extravasation from that one injection. The fact that they did nothing about it is very concerning. I would not have even known about it as a patient, except for that I knew enough to start asking questions. Any of the other patients that day, if they were extravasated, unless there was a big bulge, there's no way they would have known, even though I knew they did nothing to say what to do. And I'm sure it wasn't reported to their superiors or anything else. So we as patients need to know when this happens because we want the institution to mitigate what they can the day of. I need to know what I need to be looking for. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission needs to know so that we can figure out what is the problem. Is it that technician? Did she not know what she was doing? Did she need to be better trained? There are all kinds of reasons that can solve it, or strategies that can solve this problem. And I need to know if my medical center has this problem chronically, because if they do, then maybe I need to get my scan somewhere else. And to be able to know where they are having these problems and where they are doing a really good job would make a big difference for those of us who are getting these scans on a regular basis. I'd be glad to